So how's StarCraft going, man? And any good times?
Yeah, good and yeah, good, bad. It's all
A
right.
little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
All right, cool. Yeah. So you mentioned you did get promoted in 2v2s.
I did, yep, yep. And then my friend, one of my best friends, who he doesn't have a lot of time, and we would play two versus twos, and I was like, dude, just learn to build. And he's playing Protoss, and then he learned to build, and in like 2 weeks he went to platinum, and it really pissed me off. Playing Protoss. Um, but then I swept them today in a best of seven. I won four in a row. So
All right.
bragging rights.
Yeah, there we go. That's what you're looking for, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you can probably go like 10 gas, 10 pool, and Zerking speed to your way to Master League in 2v2. I mean, wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised if that's
sure.
a thing. It's like the same with like 4 gates, I suppose.
Yeah, no, well, he got bumped to platinum one versus one playing Protoss in like two
Oh,
weeks.
wow. All right.
Yeah. Well, it's DT Colossus. I mean,
Did he? Well, what's his build then? Like, does he go DT only?
now he goes DT a lot, and then he's been working on a Colossus, and then he also has a little bit of a three gate, four gate build. Um,
Hmm.
I scouted him all today and just whipped his ass. So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
where you start losing mostly. Like when people start scouting, like up to like I don't know, like bronze and silver, people really don't scout at all. In gold league, it's happening a little bit more. But the platinum league, you're gonna get your ass whipped if you do, mainly mainly like dark Templar rushes and quick two base Colossus plays because people are just gonna scout and be like, all right, lol, I'll just make an overseer.
yeah. Or here's some Vipers. Oh, bring your
Yeah,
Colossus in.
yeah,
Boom, boom,
exactly.
boom. Win.
Yeah, so yeah, it happens sometimes where people get all the way up to Master League with one silly strategy.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah, okay, so
It's difficult when you look at Zerg though. I don't feel like Zerg really has anything like that in a one versus one where we're like, okay, I'm gonna do this every game and I'm gonna make it all the way to diamond with it. I just perhaps if you're yeah, sure, if you're nailing the Roach build, I think you could take that all the way to diamond. But there's no like silly cheese, and that's
no,
not that's like an 10-minute thing,
yeah, it's not like a 5 minute and 30 second DT rush off of one base
Right?
where you're gonna win half of your games no matter what in in Gold League with those kind of things. That
Exactly.
sucks. All right, so your ZVT is actually a little bit higher up than last time. It's a couple
I think
percentages
like
higher.
yeah, 2%. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing too crazy, but that's fine. So did you run into anything like in particular that you really thought was not going as well anymore, or?
You know what? I don't know what it was, Loco. It felt like I really slipped away from. It feels like I did worse after our coaching session, and nothing
Oh,
against you or your coaching session at all. Um, I just felt like I was doing a lot worse. I had a lot more games where I was losing a lot in a row, like 4 or 5 games in a row, and I'm trying to nail the Roach build. Um, and it's just like they're like, "Oh, you're doing the Roach build? Here you go, Banshees, or here, let me give you the 6-minute Reapers, or things like that." But if I had to look back and think, what am I doing wrong? I would have to say that I'm getting away from focusing on nailing my Queen injects and getting my droning down right. I
mm-hmm.
would have to. I'm going to go back and say that it's my fault.
All right, yeah. Well, we can have a look at a replay if you'd like to. Um,
No, not necessarily. I think that we could just jump in a game if you want to see where I'm at.
sure, let's do that. So,
Um, I was gonna leave it up to you on what kind of race you wanted to, because I don't really feel like it's. I don't really feel like I need to work on a race specific thing. Although
mhm.
I would have to say I've been getting away from doing an exact Roach build when I play Zerg versus Zerg. I've been doing I don't know. I guess maybe a month ago you did a Zerg versus Zerg coaching in Gold League with a guy from America, and you were showing him your kind of like aggressive early Zergling Baneling droning behind it going into Roach, and I feel like that works out well in a Z versus Z instead of going straight into Roach.
Yeah, it's definitely a good build. I believe this was
Yeah.
Brandon, if I'm not mistaken. But that's a really nice build to give a try if you want to focus more on like micro-oriented builds.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's good on some maps in particular. Like on maps like I don't know the names. I'm awful with names, but like Vani Research, for example, it's kind of difficult to defend your main base without him running by, and it's the same for like some other maps as well, where you have like a harder to defend natural. With only queens and whatnot, so it's pretty good on that. But that's nice as well. We can look at Zerg versus Protoss then. Yeah, considering we did ZVT last time, and your ZVP currently is the lowest win percentage. I mean, it's always good to have some sort of focus in mind. And maybe we can like switch the matchup a little bit later, but that's cool.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna need a Protoss player. I don't know if you have a practice partner online by yourself or from yourself, or.
No, my friend, he's at work right now, so we can grab somebody out of the chat.
All right. If anyone wants to help us out, well, any gold level Protoss players, something like that, feel free to join group LowkoTV on the North American server. So we're on NA today.
Doesn't usually Frank Dux jumps on to play Toss, right?
Yeah, but I believe he's like high diamond right now with random or something like that.
Oh, okay. Well, if I beat him, then I should just beat him.
maybe. All right, we got a platinum Protoss.
How was Scotland, by the way?
Scotland was really nice, actually. It's always raining over there, but it wasn't as bad this time around. Basically, yeah. My girlfriend lives over there, so I go over there.
Your girlfriend lives in Scotland.
Yeah.
Oh wow, you long distance, man.
Yeah. Well,
That's
basically,
tough.
yeah. Well, basically, like every like 2.5 weeks or so, she either flies over there or over here, or I fly over there. So I'm there like, I don't know, once every month and a half or something like that. It's
Okay.
you know, European flights are pretty cheap.
And you met her in your country?
No, that's actually kind of funny. Like, she actually watched the live stream at some point, and she sent me a message on Twitter. I know. It's the most romantic story
man,
ever.
Hell yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, man. Like, Twitch is actually a dating site, if you weren't aware.
That's awesome.
Just start live streaming, like.
That's right. Get E-famous, and then you get all the
No, she doesn't even give a fuck about StarCraft. That's the funny thing.
She's like, this guy, he's so cute. Oh, what country are you from? I'm sorry, I forget.
The Netherlands.
Netherlands. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the Netherlands is okay. All right. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's about I think it's like 350 miles or something like that. It's not that far. It's just a bunch of sea in between.
Yeah, right, exactly. You definitely need that plane.
Yeah, but it's doable. A lot of people are like always asking about it and stuff, but it's probably faster to get to than a lot of places in the Netherlands itself. I mean, you can fly there in about an hour, so it's.
I mean, but long distance relationships, and not to like down your relationship, like I'm all about love, man. Just long distance relationship, it's like all the hard parts about being in a relationship without any of the great parts consistently, I think. So it's a very tough thing, and good on you for giving it a go.
Yeah, it's going well. I got nothing to complain on. It's easier if you have like I know a couple people in a similar situation, but if they have to like if you don't see each other for like, I don't know, like a half year or something at a time, or even longer, I mean, that would be a lot more difficult. But you know, I stood there, or I was there for like a week, and now she's coming over in like 3 weeks over, no, 2.5 weeks over here for about a week, so it's doable.
Good. Will you ever move to Scotland?
Yeah, I actually plan on going there at the end of the year. Like, I'm just finishing up uni right now.
Okay.
And I mean, doing this LowkoTV thing doesn't really require a certain place to work from, so that's pretty cool.
Bingo. Nobody cares if you're from the Netherlands or Scotland. They just want to see it.
Yeah, exactly. So it works well.
Cool.
I don't know if we got any Protoss players in here yet.
Oh no.
I know there's gonna be Protoss players. Any Protosses? Also, we're gonna have to find a Platinum League Protoss who is in the chat right now. Undead Terran, if you feel like joining, you're
I would play
welcome.
Platinum League Protoss. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
That's platinum, gold, whatever, diamond. I don't care.
Cool.
I know.
Loco, if Zerg is my second race, can I go to coaching? If you're interested in coaching, you can definitely send an email, but I'm not very good at Protoss or anything like that. Like, diamond is too high. Well, diamond would be a little bit too tough, I think. We can try gold first, or like platinum first, and then if things go well, we can move up to diamond.
Okay.
Natural high. A Protoss player. Beautiful. There we go. But yeah, it's kind of funny, especially for like Americans and whatnot, because flights over there apparently are very expensive, and you can imagine like if you fly to a different country, you're gonna fly like either south or like overseas. Whereas here it's literally like you can go return to Scotland, I guess, for like if you book it in advance for like €80 or something like that. So it's not too bad.
Same thing here with like traveling to like if I want to go to Thailand or if I want to go to Singapore, it's sort of fairly cheap flights. It's kind of great.
Yeah. Thanks for helping us out. Alright, cool. So do we have like a go-to strategy that you would like to practice, or
do you just want me to show you what I got and then you could tell me how I'm doing it wrong and then you tell me what you want me to do?
Sure. We can have a look at that. So honestly, the two base roach stuff that we practiced last time works very good against Protoss as well. There are a couple things that you can change up. But yeah, let's just see what happens. If you could like sort of like talk me through what's happening in the game, that'd be cool.
Okay.
Natural high. If you could mute the stream, that'd be great. Or close it. Up to you. 80 to 90 euros, that is ridiculous. OMG, why is he having such cheap flights? It's only a couple 100 miles, guys, that's the thing. Like, it's less, like, you can get there in like an hour. It's not like we're flying to the other side of the world, you know?
It's like St. Louis to Chicago, like, super, super close.
Yeah, wherever that is.
It's in the States. Have you visited Asia yet?
No, I've actually not gotten any further than like, you know, as far as like Scotland is south.
Take your lady to Vietnam. Come on, I'll give you guys a tour. That's what I do.
Yeah, you said you do the whole cooking thing, right? Like the.
I do street food tours. I run a tour company, so I specifically take out either food tours or city tours in Ho Chi Minh City, South Vietnam.
Cool, man.
But Vietnam itself is awesome. Traveling through Vietnam for 3 weeks is one hell of a vacation and a real eye opener.
Yeah, I really would like to go over there. I still want to go to like South Korea as well, just because of all the StarCraft shit over there.
Oh yeah, why not?
Is that I don't like my geography for Asia is really bad. Like, is that even remotely close? Could you do that in the same trip, or is it like really far?
China is sitting right between us, and that is so big.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it's pretty far up there, and South Vietnam is Vietnam itself is very long, so even from south to north of Vietnam is pretty far apart.
All right. Well, maybe at some point I'd like to go some more places. Are you staying there like permanently though, or?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Cool.
I love it here, man. I feel like this is what America was in like the 50s, like the land of opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah, in America nowadays, it's so hard to. Before I even moved here, I didn't even consider like owning my own business. It was always kind of like I felt like it was drilled into me that I was going to be working for the man, because in order to do something like own my own business or something, I'm either going to be really tech savvy or I'm going to need a lot of cash to start it up. But here you can do pretty much anything you want. You know, like a lemonade stand, right? When you're a kid, you open a lemonade stand, you sell lemonade for $0.25 or whatever. People like do that, but that's like their job, and they make pretty good money doing it here. Things like that. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's just a lower living, or like cost of living, I suppose.
Exactly.
Could start something online, man. Make like YouTube videos and stuff. Like, don't need much startup cost for that at all.
I'll provide you the link. I have a full-time video guy. I have to go make 2 videos tomorrow.
Yeah, sure. Just link me. That's cool. I'd like to see. All right. So let's play some StarCraft.
Do you want me to walk you through what I'm doing?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Loka, what I'm gonna do, what I typically do against Protoss, if I don't see anything funny, I'm gonna go into the 3 base. If that's okay.
Yeah, definitely. When you notice he's going for a quick early Nexus, you can usually go for a quick early third. A little bit riskier if he goes for like a gateway expand or something, but if you get there with like an Overlord, early on you can definitely go for a very quick expo. So that's why I would usually recommend sending that first Overlord to the natural, just because it's giving you a little bit more insight if you can take that third quick, but
okay,
no big deal.
So this drone right here that's popping up, that should have been a Zergling, but I guess I just kind of got a little nervous.
No worries, no worries. Just make it right now. As long as you do some moving around on the map, it's fine.
So he doesn't have a quick Nexus yet. It looks like he's staying in his base here.
So first this sort of stuff, when you know he's like staying in his base, I would recommend at least grabbing a gas geyser, because there's a couple of scary things he could do. We already secretly know that there's gonna be macro play, but it could be a 4-gate or something like that. You're gonna need at least some sort of defense against that.
Right.
But yeah, keep an eye out on the natural. Definitely want to make sure if that's still if this still going up. So I don't think your Overlord is in range of it right now. Should definitely see it right now though. If you don't see it at the... Yeah, okay, there we go. That's very late of him. Very, very late expansion. So I would usually be a little bit worried right now. I mean, you don't know if he is gonna go for some aggression, but if he would have gone for a 4-gate, you know, it could hit around 530-ish. So he's spending his minerals somewhere.
Well, it seemed like he wanted to use this probe down here to build a pylon, so I assume he's planning on trying to warp in something down here.
Yeah, it's a big chance there is. So usually I would try and get that Zergling speed going a little bit faster. In this scenario though, when you're in this scenario, just go for a Roachborn early on. Because else you're just gonna get in trouble.
Okay.
And if you can, try and look around with the Zerglings as well, see if there's a pylon. If you see a pylon, you know for a fact there's gonna be something cheesy. So usually it will be, yeah, exactly in that direction. So try and think where it is. So very good so far. Just a little bit risky. Okay, hit this queen injects. Try and connect the bases as well. So I would probably start Zergling speed up and save up a couple of minerals and gas right now to go for the
Looks like
roaches.
he's coming for something.
Yeah, so just save up a little bit. Just save up for some roaches. Roach one is almost done. Should be good. Just dance. Just make like a couple of roaches. There we go. Now you see that Overlord? It's hanging at his natural right now. Try and move that over to his third. See if it's like going up. Okay, I think you should have enough with the queens and the roaches. Just send the queens over as well.
Okay.
And you can follow it up with a bunch more Zerglings for drones if you'd like to. Yeah, good.
Okay.
Okay, you should have
It
enough.
seemed like I got a little greedy-eyed drone.
Yeah, that's fine. I think with the transfuse and the queens, you should be fine. Yeah, there we go. So now you're actually in a great position. Alright. Time to get some Overlords going. And, well, since we're supply blocked anyway, I would probably start up the lair pretty soon. Very good.
I'm not actually playing this the way that I normally would. Usually the first 100 should go on a lair, the next 100 should go on Zerg speed. Link speed.
Yeah, I would do that versus like a quick Nexus play, like a Forge Fast Expand or like a Nexus first, but it's kind of scary against Gateway Expands. So if you see that there's not like a super quick Nexus like you saw perfectly in this one, right? I would recommend going for Zergling speed first, just because it's safer. Alright, so, do you have, like, a reason why you're making army right now? Like, whenever you make army, try and, like, think about why. Like, why are you making army right now? Yeah.
Why am I making the army? Because he saw that I went for the third, so I just assume that he's going to try to bring down the destruction on me. But
Okay.
I'm making in what I would have guessed is an educated guess, but I could be wrong.
Yeah. Alright, yeah. Fair enough. I would, yeah, definitely scout out first, and then make that decision. Like you're doing right now with Zerg, you're like, well, heck, there's nothing very much going on right now. I would, you know, rather sit back for a little bit longer and maybe make an overseer or something, start scouting with that. Because I think you could have gone away with like a big round of drones there.
Okay.
But yeah, that's just a matter of me being a little bitch, but about what's going on.
So it looks like by him doing that, he wants to take this third. Is my army big enough for me to go over there and mess with him? What do you think I should do? He wants to take the third. I don't want him to take a third.
So you basically set you up beautifully right here for a +1/+1/+1, or like a roach speed +1/+1 attack right there.
Okay.
Just make sure you bring like an overseer or something and start up a Hydra den as well. Just bring some of those things with you, because you don't know exactly what's happening here. Could be a lot of different things, but if you make a Hydra den right now as a follow-up as well, you should be in a really good position to push out with +1/+1 and roach speed.
Okay.
Very nice. Yeah, so just get the Hydra den going as well. And generally speaking, right around right now would also be a good time to start at least getting the infestation pit up to go for a potential hive.
Viper.
Yeah. Alright.
Looks like he's doing something down here.
Well spotted.
I say no.
Alright. Let's get this money down and start moving. Cool. Alright. So we can start moving across the map right now. Don't really know exactly what's going on. Try and force like the photon overcharge on one end and then actually push at the other.
Okay.
Oh well, I wouldn't go up that ramp.
seems
I would just go
pretty big.
natural. Yeah, I would just go natural here. Or lure him down. That's fine. You can fight this one-on-one. You can fight this one-on-one. Oof. Yeah, I would... Okay, I should have explained that a little bit better. That's my bad, mostly. Yeah, so Zealots do a lot more damage than Stalkers do. It's kind of scary. So there's actually... oh, it's actually kind of a bad engagement now. Let's just make a big round of drones at home. And try and salvage where we're from right now. So we need some extra gases going. Oh, don't give him free roaches.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't see him. I went back to my. I just thought everybody was dead.
Yeah. So yeah, we can have a look in that engagement.
You were saying something about Zealots do more damage than Stalkers.
Yeah, a lot of people actually are not aware, but Zealots do a lot more damage than Stalkers do. Let me see. A Zealot right now does 9 damage. A Stalker right now does... Wait, what? No, basically, yeah. A Zealot does 9 damage, but it does it in 2 hits. So right now, he would do 18 damage with a Zealot, and he does only 12 with a Stalker. You know how they like slash twice? Archon Zealot is pretty easy to kill though. If you go Roach Hydra, you should be fine. But yeah, that engagement definitely was not ideal. We'll go over that engagement in the replay. Alright. We need to get that money down though. Got the Queen Injects going. And I would add on some more Hydras right now instead. I think that would be a safer option.
Okay.
And, well, consider going for a fort base and getting some extra gas going as well. Oh, he's not gonna walk down there.
He doesn't like it.
No. There's no Colossus, man. He's terrified. Alright, so let's get a Macro Hatchery as well. Get some extra Overlords going.
Oh, yeah.
And get that money. Yeah. Go way too much. Very good. Alright, and then focus hard on the Queen Injects. Whenever you're like in a lot of money like this, just focus for a couple minutes straight on purely Queen Injects. Oh, you already did. That's good. So, what you can try and do is obviously go for like a big attack. Usually you would do that when +2/+2 is done. What I would likely do right now is make like a big army soon and then move out. 2/2 is a little bit later than we would have liked it to. But at the very least, one thing you have to do every time is like get a scout out at his fort base. Like we don't know if he has a fort base. There's a couple locations where he could have taken it. We don't know like about any of them. So definitely get some Zerglings going across the map. Or like Overlords or something.
So send the Overlords out, maybe get the speed going for them.
Yeah. So you should honestly have the watchtower, have the bases covered, and have every single thing looked at, you know?
Yeah.
Alright.
I totally understand.
Because right now it's risky, like he could be on 5 bays and we wouldn't know about it.
Yeah, and he could have a lot of different things that I'm just not even aware of right now.
Yeah. So I would move across the map right around right now though. Because we are droning up for another base, so it's always good to move out. Just to get that base going. And since you're maxed out anyway, it's gonna be a really good time to move. But let's look if he has a fort base. Maybe up the ramp, I don't know. Okay. Well, keep on moving. Like if you give him a lot of time right here to prepare, he's gonna be, you know, having an easier time here. Is there a base to the left? Nope. Okay.
I'm sorry, I clicked one. And
it's fine. Oh well, you can take that fight if you take the engagement properly. Like you set up that concave, you can do that.
What? Okay, can we pause it right now?
Sure.
I guess I have to.
Yeah, I can pause it. I didn't add myself as a...
So, what is the...
Yeah.
This engagement, I feel like I constantly take bad engagements.
Okay.
I understand the concept that, okay, roaches do much better when they're in the concave. Like, I set up that concave when he was trying to break through.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, here's the concave, and I just put him on hold because he doesn't want to walk into that. But now I'm attacking him. Typically, he's going to have the upper hand. How do I engage him in a proper way?
Alright, so basically what you're trying to do is like imagine how you want the fight to go beforehand, okay? So where do you assume right now his army is going to move towards? Like where are you going to think his army is going to move? Is it
his army is going to be sitting right in the middle of the second and third base?
Exactly. That's likely where he's going to be at, right? Like he saw that you were moving down that ramp. He's not going to sit around that ramp. So if you imagine how you would want that fight to go, you would ideally want your Zerglings sort of, or not your Zerglings, sorry, your Roaches and your Hydras sort of like sitting in like a massive arc around that area, right?
Yeah.
So how I would likely approach this is I would like first control click or like whatever, double click a Roach, make sure they are in front of the Hydras, and then control click a Hydra, make sure they're in the back of the Roaches. And then sort of like try and form a line towards, I guess, the top left, or the top right rather. So you obviously don't want to go all the way over there, but you want to try and get your entire army on the low ground before you actually take this fight.
So take hits. So I'm gonna take some beating while I'm trying to get them in a line, right?
Well, ideally we don't, obviously, but I'm thinking his army is going to be closer towards the natural and more like towards those two ramps that are like at his third and his natural.
Oh, so you think I can squeeze them in at the bottom there?
Yeah, and like get like a big line of them and then engage, exactly.
Okay, let's try it and let's see what happens. Okay. Oh, also,
make sure the Roaches are in front though, because Hydras get slaughtered by this. Like, we'd be fine.
Yeah, sure. I want to take this engagement, but I know that constantly one of my bad things is that I'm constantly paying attention to the fight too much, and I'm not queen injecting and I'm not building. Could you look at how I do this during this engagement and then give me tips on that after?
Yeah. So just to give you a quick tip, probably what you want to do is like try and move down that ramp, right? So basically what happens, you move command towards like, I don't know, the top right somewhere, like in between the third and the top right corner. And then in the meantime, you do that really quick like backspace method of injecting. So you hit 5, shift, click, 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 click everywhere. I don't know, actually, did you use that method? I probably wrote it down last time.
Yeah, I do use that method.
Yeah, so basically what you do, you move command towards the top right corner just to get that that line going like we talked about just now. And then in the meantime, while you're moving out, like when you're moving in a position, you likely have the tendency to look at your army, but you can look at that army on the minimap. So basically, you move command where you want them to go. You look at the mini map, and in the meantime, you're just doing the macro thing in the middle of the screen with the queens. You don't need to look at that. You know how to do that.
But if they're on the move command, they're going to run into something nasty, possibly.
Yeah. So basically, you keep paying attention to the mini map. Does that make sense? Like So you move your army towards the position where you want it to be in. You queen inject while they're moving, and then you go back to the fight. So you can do that in about like a half second, I think. Probably less.
Well, I'm not. I mean, come on, Lowko. I'm not Lowko, but let's.
Yeah, I think you can. You do it. You have done it plenty of times, so that's fine.
I like how that your name sounds like crazy in Spanish too. I'm not Lowko.
I wasn't even aware of that when I chose it.
I'm not crazy. All right.
All right. Let's give it a try.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you move down. Queen injects real quick. Okay.
Oh, they're not.
Look at the minimap, look at the minimap. And now attack move. Beautiful. That's exactly it. And then reinforce with Hydra Zergling or something like that. Because this army dies to anything called Hydra Zergling. It's very, very nice. So you see what happened there? Like.
Yeah, I do. That was definitely not how I would typically engage it. I'm just gonna run in.
Oh, watch out though, watch out. I would be very careful doing this. I would rather fight at the bottom of the ramp, I think. Because he's still gonna like have war pinch, you know? And well, there's Dark Templars there. Okay, Queen injects.
I didn't do my queens right this game.
And no, just reinforce with more army. In the meantime, you can do that. As long as your attack move, you're fine. Yeah, there we go. Easy peasy.
Oh.
So yeah, I guess the one thing to take away from that is like try and imagine how how you want that fight to go before the fight happens. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yes.
Because that was a great engagement. Like it was easy.
Yeah, it was. I was quite surprised.
You sound really surprised as well.
I'm gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure that I would have taken that badly before. I don't think I take the time. I get like. I feel really antsy because we talk a lot about timing. We don't talk a lot about it, me and you, but I watch your videos, and I know that timing attacks are really important, and you're constantly telling people, move, get your army across the map, your upgrades are coming through. So I know that getting that attack quickly is so important, and I think that before I probably wouldn't even have taken the time to like separate the roaches and the hydras, but that's so important. Probably not something that I've thought about really.
Yeah, well, that was really, really good. Like, you can do that. Like, it's just a matter of thinking about it. Like, you realized also the moment where you paused, right? You knew, okay, well, some shit is about to go down. I need to figure out how to do this. If you find yourself, like, losing against that, just, like, look at the replay afterwards and, like, think, well, you know, shit, how could I have done that a little bit better?
I feel like usually in that situation, I'm very surprised that I would have seen Colossus. And I'm surprised that we didn't see any Colossus in that game. And that sometimes that really throws me off because like I was maxed out right there, and I would have needed to wait another however many minutes it would have taken for me to get a Viper, because there's no sense of running into an army with Colossus without a Viper. I feel that happens a lot in my Protoss engagements.
Okay, yeah, that's a really good point actually. I guess the one thing you can always add is just like always add Vipers. You can never go wrong about adding like 2 or 3 Vipers into this army composition, right? Right? So whenever you're unsure, just add them. Like just add them no matter what, and keep fighting when you finish up these upgrades, like you're doing right now. And you already were at Hive. You had everything going, you know. So, yeah. Like I don't think I have like a solid answer to that. But if you're unsure, just add them no matter what. Like there's no good reason not to.
Yeah.
Even if it's just to blinding cloud the Archons, right? Like Archons move so stupidly that they're gonna be blinding clouded for forever.
Yeah.
Alright, so the one thing I wanted to look at was that engagement we saw before that one. Because macro-wise, you're pretty much spot on. At least like when you're focusing on it, you will spend your minerals really easily. It may be the same against Terran as well, that you're mostly struggling against, is like how to take the engagement.
I feel, I'm totally clueless. I feel like Terran's just like, oh, I have medevacs, you lose.
All right, it's not quite like that, but it's the same idea here.
That's how I feel personally. I have a personal grudge against it, but okay.
All right. So it's the same situation right here, right? Like you're moving up this ramp, and you know he has a third base, and then you're like, well, fuck, let's go for the natural.
Yeah.
What you're really trying to get out of this engagement, at the very least, is like to trade armies, okay? If you trade armies, it means the Protoss is not going to be maxed out anytime soon, which is good.
Yeah.
Protoss maxed out is scary as hell. We don't want to get to that point. You just want to try and, like, you know, the worst case scenario that would happen here is that you trade armies, right? Or, you know, that you want to have happen here. So it's the same idea right now. Like, if you look at your vision at this point in time,
let me switch it. Yeah.
It's basically the same approach as we saw in the other engagement that you do later on in this game. So try and imagine like how you want this fight to go. Do you want to try and snipe a Nexus right now? I mean, yeah, it could work. I mean, if you snipe this Nexus, that would obviously be a pretty good move, but it'd be risky because there's no guarantee that you're actually gonna get up there, right? Like if he has a sentry standing right there, he's just gonna force field you out and be like, LOL, that was fun.
Yeah.
So try and like get first off like the idea of what you want out of this engagement. So +1/+1 is just about to finish. You have roach speed done, really solid timing, and you move out perfectly here. So
I guess what you would tell me to do is move click to the right side of the third base, queen inject, and then attack, so that I would get the surround.
Yeah, for example, that would be really nice here. That would be pretty good. What I would probably want to try and do in this scenario is like, first off, see where his army is located. So you do that right now, right? You see he has a relatively small army. You can take that, especially with like reinforcing units that are still gonna come in. You can actually take that. So what you likely want to try and have right now is have him like out of that position. If he's fighting up that ramp, he's gonna be able to like maybe force field behind, even though he doesn't actually have any sentries here. But he's likely going to be able to force field behind. So you kind of want to try and lure him down that ramp. Because when he's like down that ramp, you can set up a concave here. Right?
Okay.
So
how do I lure him out?
Yeah, that's the question, right? So for example, what you could do, one way to do it, and you actually manage to lure him down there, is by sniping that forge. Like the forge is super valuable for them. So what you could do is like move up the ramp, snipe the force. The forge.
You're excited about Star Wars.
Yeah, man. Like, but then only do it like with half of your army. So what you could do, for example, right, is split up half of this group of roaches. Well, shit, I'm pinging way too fucking much. Like the group of roaches that is in the front right there, right?
Yeah.
Split up half of that group. Use that to like sort of go to the natural and like snipe the forge, or you know at least trying to get him down that ramp. And then you all of a sudden have like this line happening here in this entire area again, where his army is stuck at the ramp.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense? Like it made sense in my head.
Yeah,
but...
that makes total sense. You want me to... The question was how to get him out of the third base. If he thinks that I'm going to go in and try to take his, like I did, because I ran in there, but that was a bad move. But just run up there, snipe the forge. He doesn't know really what I'm doing. Come back down, and when I engage, I'm going to get the concave I'm looking for, and he doesn't have that ramp presence that he does right now in the third base.
Yeah, exactly. So ideally, you never want to fight close to a Nexus, because, well, Photon Overcharge is terrifying. And down this ramp, like, well, one of these pings is where he's going to be weakest. So if you can trade army there, that'd be great. And honestly, most Protoss players don't have the patience to just sort of sit back and just warp in. So he has got to come down that ramp. You can almost guarantee it. So what you likely would want to do here is indeed pull back like this. This is also a great move. Like move up the ramp slightly. Try and like get him, you know, a little bit too greedy or something. And then like split up like the top group of this army and move it a little bit to the left. So, you know, you would set up once again that concave. Because he's moving down right now, look. You have like a perfect engagement set up.
It.
Yeah, pretty much. So if you, even if you would just like, you know, move command or attack move right now behind his army, you know, you like close to where that cannon is at his third base, you would be able to just take this fight pretty easy. But like here, you can see like the damage that roaches do, and then the photon overcharge, it fucks things up.
Yeah. That was not where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
The idea that I was doing with that was like, oh, okay, well, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the ramp. But that didn't work out.
Yeah, photon overcharge is a bitch. Like, it fucks up the AI mostly. It doesn't even do that much damage. It's just your units just start attacking the forge. It's really annoying. There's actually a DT here, or a couple of them.
Yeah.
I didn't even see those. Funny that they didn't actually attack with the DTs.
No, I didn't even have the sunkens down. Usually I try to put this down in 8 minutes, but I did not.
Oh well.
And like I said, I did mess up this build. Usually it's 100 layer, 100 layer, then the ling speed, and then actually I'm a little off on when I should put my gases down. I think it's 3 minutes. I want to get the gas and start mining then. And then when I have my second base saturated, then I want to take the other 2 gases. And I could work off that for a while if I'm just going to do roaches. And then if I take my third and saturate that, then I want to take another gas. Is that generally correct?
Yes. I would take the first gas like you were doing in this game, and make Zergling speed first, like you did in this game actually perfectly.
Okay. You say link speed over the layer first.
Yes, only in this situation though. So basically what you're trying to do is get that third base up and mining, right? But because she saw that he didn't have a super early nexus, I mean, he didn't get the nexus until like 5 minutes in, right? You gotta try and like make the differential or like the difference right there. So if you see, okay, he has a pretty late nexus. I don't really know what the fuck is going on here. I would rather go with Zergling speed first and then lair first. If you see though that he has like a really quick nexus up, let's say like he's already done right now and he's like making a nice little wall off right there, like most Protoss players will do. You can take the third base and just get the lair first and all of that. But if you're feeling a little bit like he could be going for a big push soon, or he at least like has a bunch of gateways down and he could do some damage with it, just go with Zergling speed first. I think that's fair enough, and actually I like it better in this game than the lair first.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And that was, I guess, bad scouting by me. I kind of had it in my head. I want to go 3 base, and I just wanted to show you that. But I was like, I want to go 3 base, and I just didn't really. I mean, typically, I don't really see this late of a nexus coming up anyway. Usually, it is the forge or gateway fast expand. Oh, can I ask you, what's the difference that I'm looking at when somebody forge fast expands and when somebody gateway fast expands?
Alright, so the main difference that is really relevant for Zerg is that if you see that he goes for a Nexus first, you can assume that there's not going to be any more aggression than maybe like a Phoenix or 2 before like 8 minutes. Okay? Like, that's sort of like a given. So if you see right now there's like a Nexus first or like a Forge fast expand, you can just drone like how many drones you would like this game and go from there. That is like a very, very, like, you know, easy answer. So if you see a Forge fast expand or a Nexus first, you can go up to a lair, you can go for the quick 3 base saturation, and maybe he's gonna move out with like a Zealot and a Stalker or something like that. But that's gonna be really it. There's not gonna be more aggression than that. If you see it's gonna be a gateway expand, he has the option to, well, basically get like, you know, 3 gateways or maybe even 4 gateways and still get the expansion going. So what he has in this scenario, I believe he actually has, yeah, his Nexus was just late. I don't really know why. So he's adding on gateways right here as well, right? So I would always be a little bit more hesitant with that, and sort of like expect aggression earlier. So that's also why we get that Zergling speed going, just to like stop this kind of stuff. So, you know, in this game he wasn't being super aggressive with the gateway expand, but he has like some players will have to. So the main thing is, if you see there's a Nexus first, you can drone how many drones you would like. If you see a gateway expand, you probably will have to make a couple of units, but at least like get Zergling speed first.
Forge Fast Expand, I'm probably pretty comfortable going for the 3 base, Zergling Hydra. Gateway Fast Expand, I should probably get into the 2 base Roach.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Or 3 base Roach Hydra, that works as well, or 3 base Hydra Ling.
Even if it's a Gateway Fast Expand.
Well, I would throw up the Roach Warren no matter what.
Yeah, sure.
Even if you go Hydra Ling, so I would just get the Roach Warren no matter what. And it's sort of like, you know, depending on the game and the strategy you would like to go for, if you actually end up making roaches. I think it's worth making the Roach Warren, you know, anyway. I don't know if you do that on your, like, 3 base play?
I do. This is how I would play a 3 base.
Okay, yeah, so definitely get it.
My idea would be that, okay, well, if I attack him with roaches first when I get a timing attack, and then I'm going to come back with lings and hydras at some point, and that's going to balance out. He's probably going to think I'm going to keep heavy on. He thinks I'm going to keep heavy on roaches, but then here's ling hydra. That's kind of the idea.
Yeah, no, that's the correct approach. Just make sure you get it, and you know, I know, like, if you watch any of the pro games, people are like, well, shit, I'm cutting out on the Roach Warren. I wouldn't worry too much about it. I would just, you know, just get it. Even if you plan on making 0 roaches, just make a Roach Warren. Like,
Yeah.
It sucks if there's like 6 Zealots that are all of a sudden knocking right here. Like, he warped in like twice or something with a pylon that was like all the way back there, and that's all of a sudden 6 Zealots at that base. You're not gonna have enough Zerglings to stop it. So it's just like a safety measure, but.
All right.
So actually, I wrote down a couple of things. So, yeah. So first is Gateway Expand, Link Speed first, versus Early Nexus, and I sort of like say Forge Fast Expand and Nexus first are the same thing. As far as like your approach, you know, you should just you should just play it the same way. It doesn't really make much of a difference. So first Early Nexus, you can go quick 3 base with Lair first instead. As far as the gases go, because that was actually that's what you originally asked. So the first gas guys right there is a solid timing. Definitely wouldn't worry about that too much. And then generally speaking, you want to be getting.
You don't think that needed to be up earlier?
Yeah, I think it could have been a little bit earlier in this game. As soon as you realized that it was a Gateway Expand. But
3:30, 4.
I would probably have gotten it right around right here, ish. So right when you realize, hey, it's not a Nexus first.
Okay.
Or like a Force Fast Expand. But then I actually really like the timing on the gases you got in a natural. So the basic idea is like when you get 16 drones in a natural, or you're about to, get the double gases over there. So right now you get the gases. So yeah, I guess they could have been like 10 seconds later, but who cares?
Yeah.
And this actually like allows you to still be droning up. Yeah, you actually don't saturate them for a while. But yeah, that's the idea at least. Oh, that's because of that aggression. Hey, the Roach one actually paid for itself easily in this game, even if it was just for these couple 4 roaches here.
I can't imagine him not getting a Roach Warren, because I feel like mostly what I see when I'm playing Protoss is that I'm getting attacked in 9-10 minutes.
Yeah, there's a couple of reasons why people sometimes skip them out. For example, if you like fly in an Overlord and you see, hey, it's gonna be a Stargate play, you can assume that the Terran player or the Protoss player will not have any kind of Colossus until like 11.5 minutes, and it's very specific timings, you know. But I would just get it, just get it, you know. There's no good reasoning. It's not like the 200 minerals are really gonna make that big of a difference, right? Like of the Roach Warren and the actual drone. Like,
could we take this back to about the 8-minute mark?
Sure.
Okay, let me look around. I have 4 queens and 4 roaches. How many stalkers do you think I would normally see in like a even zealot stalker like aggression that you would typically see from a really aggressive Protoss build?
If you would be playing more aggressive than this, I think he could have killed that third base. Matter of fact is that he only made, I think it's 2 gateways. Oh, he actually has 3 gateways in total right now, and the 4th one just finished, I think. He could have been more aggressive. But the one thing you got to keep in mind is that you actually scouted very aggressively with this guy. And you basically checked every single possible location that there was, except for this one. There could be a pylon up there, but if you don't see anything with the Zergling scout, and that's maybe like the one thing you weren't really keeping in mind too much, it's a super important thing. If you don't see the gateway or you don't see a pylon, you can get away with only making a couple of roaches. Otherwise, you may have to add a couple more units. But generally speaking, this army you have right here, so 4 roaches and 4 roaches and, well, you get 3 queens in total right now.
Okay.
I think you could probably take an army twice this size.
Okay.
Yeah, probably like 6 stalkers, 2 zealots, and a mothership core you could take as well. You're just gonna have to reinforce with some more, but
Is there a rule of thumb for sunkens? It seems that I was recently watching Filter's Bronze to Masters with Zerg. I thought it was interesting. I think that was really he really reinforced the idea that if you're missing your queen injects, you're gonna lose the game. But he builds sunkens like right at his natural. Like that's just like a totally like something that he wants to do every game, it seems. How do you feel about that?
I really liked it actually in this scenario, because you built them when you were like, oh shit, you know? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to hold this aggression. At the very least, like, you may lose the 3rd, right? But at the very least, that natural would never go down.
Yeah.
I actually really like that. I don't see anything wrong with it. If you're having this many minerals, you may even want to consider adding like 2 more over here. Like, at the 3rd base. Something like that. But yeah, they're very, very good. Like, they do an incredible amount of damage versus stalkers. Don't really know why that is in particular. Did they do bonus damage or something? Yeah, they do bonus damage against armored, apparently. I didn't even know. But they're very good. The one thing is, though, like, when they get, like, on a big... when they get, like, a big, like, gateway ball up, all of a sudden, the spine crawlers just die.
Yeah, yeah.
So you gotta basically use them early game defense, or just not use them at all. The one nice thing, if you do get them early, which is likely also why Filter recommends them, is for like the later game, like Zealot run-bys and whatnot. Because your natural got covered right now. One thing I would have liked to see in this game that I didn't really want to mention, but whenever you're in this scenario and you know that he has a bunch of army out on the map, I would probably move one of these guys over to the 3rd base. It's a very minor thing, but it's just gonna be giving you a little bit more defense over there. Like, the thing is, like, if you think from a Protoss point of view, if he moves up that ramp and he sees his spine crawler, he's gonna be like, well, shit, I'm gonna go back. And the same goes for that 3rd base. So that's the only thing. But I do definitely like that response.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything else to discuss in this game that we didn't already go over.
Yeah, we tore this one apart.
Yeah. So just to recap, send the first Overlord to their natural to figure out what's going on, or like to the top of their ramp. I believe the first one was going in that direction. A little bit minor thing, but yeah, you did follow it up properly. So first is a gateway. Sorry?
I do want to ask, I liked when we did our coaching last week on Terran, I understood you said, you know, I need to have the overlords, and we even had this later in this game where you said, I don't know if he has a 4th base, and that's because I didn't put an overlord there. But when you're playing against Terran or Protoss, I feel like it's like so dangerous for me to have those overlords out there, because they're like, I need those. That's my food. So I'm like quite unsure exactly what I should be doing with these overlords that end up over in these areas, and they sit there like during the whole game. I guess I need to convert. Can I ping?
I think so. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah. So I guess I need to convert that one and to like a overseer at some point, and like do some scouting.
That would be very good. Yeah.
Okay.
So the one thing to say about that, basically how it works You're trying to look if he's taking another expansion, okay? So, right now you have an Overlord sitting right there, scouting his third base. That's the main one that we're really looking at right now. You basically are checking, hey, if he's taking a third base right now, I may either, you know, get in trouble soon, or I will be able to, you know, sort of kill him very soon. So that's what you're looking for. And once he takes that third base, it's very important that you immediately also start looking if he's taking another base. So basically, like, you know, he's taking the third base in a little bit right here. I think it's like 10.5 or something like that. Yeah, so right now.
Yeah.
So right now would be a good time to like make a set of Zerglings, send it over there. Make a set of Zerglings, set it over there. If you don't want to go Overlords, just use Zerglings. But at least like have something out on the map to see if that's happening. In the end, he actually does end up making this base without you being aware of it for a very long time.
Could you ping on the map where you think that I should have Overlord sitting almost every game? I mean, not all maps are the same, of course, but we know that the sides are always going to be there. Where could you ping on the map where you think that I should have Overlords in a Terran versus Terran and Protoss game?
All right. So let's just go to the very beginning. It's probably easier. So the first thing to do is to analyze whether or not he took a natural, right? And that's true versus Terran and versus Protoss. So the first one would usually go over there, and then move it up to that little ramp sort of thing or whatever, or like somewhere around there.
Okay.
Second one would also versus Terran and versus Protoss be used to either like do some scouting and maybe fly into the main base or something like that, which we can go over later as well. But you usually send that to the back of their natural. So actually, I'll actually make sure to write it down as well. So Overlord positioning.
Why is it there?
So first Overlord to their natural. Second Overlord to back of their main. So the idea behind it is that you can fly it in around the 6-minute mark. So basically this guy you can fly in to right there. And you can basically get like a good vision of what's going on.
I know that he's a sacrifice.
Yes, he could be a sacrifice. Sometimes you forget about him, or you know it's not really necessary because you know he's just playing aggressive and you see a whole bunch of gateway units or something like that. But yeah, that's the idea behind it. So
in Terran versus Terran, I wouldn't send that first Overlord to the natural like that, correct?
versus Terran, you would do the exact same thing. Actually, you would also send it pretty much right over there.
Okay, but possibly a little bit more hidden because he's obviously going to have Marines out a little bit quicker.
Yeah. So on this particular map, you see the, like where I pinked, you see the little high ground thingy? You can actually not see him on there. So like the high ground between the natural and the third base, he cannot see that until we get medevacs out. So that's like a great little ramp. And most maps actually have something like that.
Okay. And that guy is looking, how fast what are you doing? Are you expanding? You're not expanding, you're attacking.
Yes, exactly. So, for example, if you do that like enough games, you may realize, hey, he's skipping out of the bunker, or his wall off is really late at the top of the ramp. That really only happens after like playing hundreds of games with the same damn Overlord, but you can start picking up those subtle things. So what you're really looking for, though, for now at the very least, is whether or not he took a natural, and then whether or not he's moving out. That's really what this guy is meant for.
Okay.
Then the second guy, like we discussed, goes over there somewhere just to, you know, either be sacrificial or to scout if there's a ward prism moving or to scout if there's a medevac drop coming, something like that. And then the third one is super important as well for both Terran and Protoss, and also for Zerg actually. Send like the third Overlord to their third base. It's never a bad thing to do.
Okay.
So
how do you feel about the second Overlord going over your natural to check for bunker or cannons?
I'm always it really depends. If you know, if you play against it a lot, I barely see any cannon rushes and I barely see any bunker rushes myself, so I can't see if it, like I can't give you a really definite answer of it. If you realize though that, or you notice that you're getting cannon rushed every other game or something stupid like that, yeah, obviously like move this guy not over there, but like let it hang around here for a little while and like shift queue it around a couple times and then move it over there.
Okay.
You know, just to get that extra vision.
I wouldn't have thought about shift queuing it. Yeah, that's okay.
You can do it at a 9 supply. Just like shift queue it from left to right and then to the left and then over there. You know, like you don't have to look at it, but it's a little bit safer, and we'll still get there in time.
Okay. Because he's not there for anything until the 6-minute mark anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So you should be okay.
Okay.
And then as far as like the next overlords go, those are not so important. So those like just try and keep in mind. Okay, so first overlord to their natural, second overlord to their main, and third overlord to their third. And then the rest is sort of like wherever the fuck you can place. So right over there would be a good one. Right over there, right over there, one over there, one at the top of this thing just to scout for proxy pylons. One over there. One over there because it's also a proxy pylon place. One over there. Like, there's very map-specific places where people will put the overlords. But the general idea is at the very least, this guy right there, important. That guy right there is important. And that guy right there is important.
Okay.
Yeah, and then, like, when they take the third base, try and move towards a place where you can see their fourth base.
Okay.
Well, I think there's not that much else to discuss from this one.
Nope.
But yeah, good questions.
Sorry, everybody in the chat. I'm sure this is probably a boring coaching session.
No, man, you're asking the good questions. That's important shit. Sir Rerock is saying, I patrol in my natural or from my natural to my third base. Well, then you really like miss the potential of scouting. Like, let's say he's sitting back for like a long time and he's just, you know, sitting there and you're not completely sure what he's going for. It's really a big like commitment that you're making by not having that overlord scout out there. It's really worth it, to be honest. Yeah, man. People are saying your questions are top notch. There you go.
Oh, cool.
Do you want to play another game versus the same guy, or?
It's up to you, man. You know what's best.
All right. Let's see. Let's just play one more. It's fine. Yeah. So once again, if anyone is in the chat, like Platinum League, Protoss, go to group LowkoTV on the NA server. May invite you after this one. There's a couple of high-level Zerg players. Life just messaged me saying, I am a Master League Zerg, but I would be about Platinum with Protoss. The thing about that is that if you're Master League Zerg, you're gonna easy counter Protoss. Like if you're Master League Zerg, you will probably be like Diamond Protoss, even if you have no clue what the fuck is going on. Like.
I got it. I can tell you what to do. Build some DTs, and then build some Colossus. Victory.
It's nice, though. Like, if you play Zerg, you know exactly how to piss off Zerg as well.
Oh yeah.
Alright, let's switch it up. Oh, what's up, Doug? Doug? I never had... Doug? I don't know how to pronounce your name, but what's up?
Doug.
Doug? Oh, there we go.
It's like the old school game, Dig Dug.
I don't know that. I don't know. Lowko, I got the Teespring t-shirt in the mail. Awesome. Thank you, Stinky Tulips. Love your nickname. We had this Teespring campaign going on for like a couple of weeks where people could order LowkoTV t-shirts, and everyone's already receiving them except me.
You didn't receive your own t-shirt yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, man.
They're being shipped like from the other side of the world.
Are you going to wear it every time you stream?
every single time. Like
That's super branding. You should get 7 of them, and you'll be good to go.
Do laundry once a week. Yeah. Alright. Let's go. So now Natural High is feeling like he needs to win. So I'll see what dirty trick. No, but I can imagine. Like, he's been hearing us analyze the game for a long time. So we'll see what happens. Lowko, can I ask what earbuds you're using? These are Shure SE215s. And I wouldn't know that if not everyone was asking the same questions.
I was gonna say, you know that very, very quickly.
It's funny, but it's because when you first start like live streaming or like making YouTube videos or something like that, people will ask questions you've never even thought about yourself. Like,
oh, come on.
Lowko, I'm ordering mine right now. Sorry, man, they're not for sale anymore. It was like a one-time thing only. Oh man, should we just restart this one?
Can we? I don't know what's going on, dude.
Let's just do it really quickly. We have the mental loss already, man. We don't want to go there.
Can you give me a second? I think I have this, the Vietnamese keyboard is on right now.
Oh man.
Yes, I hate when it does that. It's so annoying. Because my girlfriend's got to type in Vietnamese.
Oh, your girlfriend is Vietnamese.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, I'm ready.
Alright, we got a platinum and a diamond toss, so we can give it a try later. Alright. Yeah, we good?
Yep.
Birdman, yes, you will get the t-shirts in the mill. Probably this week or something. I kid you not, man. Like, if the guy that kills the first drone, or like the first worker, will usually win the game. It's still a theory I have,
really?
but like the mental victory is huge. Like, just you fucking up those first overlords, you will feel like fucking shit for the rest of the game. You're like, well, this game was bad anyway, you know? I messed up my first 2 drones. It's like, wow. But it really is it's really important. Nobody ever talks about it, but... What's up, back Switch? Nice to see you in the chat. Alright.
So, am I waiting to decide what I'm gonna do until my Overlord gets down there?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh.
So you basically don't decide if you are gonna go 2 or 3 base until you realize what's happening on his side.
So just drone.
There we go. Mr. Overlord just chilling. Just running around a couple times. Alright, wanna get the Overlord next. There we go. Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, send it to his natural, yeah. Okay, so right now you see, okay, no natural. I would take the gas geyser right now. And get the zerking speed going. Very good.
And why in this situation, why wouldn't I go the gasless build order that we've worked on before? Oh, I just built 2 Overlords. That was not necessary because I'm talking.
It's okay. It's okay. The main reason for it is because of oh man, we never cancel any Zerg
I did
units.
that. I was hoping you wouldn't see it. I wanted my other queen.
The main reason for it is to make sure that you get the that you can counter the 4 gate stuff, because like if he goes for a 1 base 4 gate, you're screwed if you go for like 4 queens and slow Zerglings. Unless you go for like really quick spine crawlers or something, but the queens are like a lesser investment, I suppose. Alright, just drone up. Try and get that larva at 0. Very good. And we'll just get the queen and guts going. There we go. Just let it sit at the watchtower. So very good. Very nice. Okay, Overlord next. And yeah, don't forget about the rally point, I suppose.
Now he's taking his Nexus. What do we say about that?
So right now, it basically means to you right now that you can drone up. That's the main thing you're checking for. Like, you're constantly looking, hey, can I make more drones?
Is this a 2 base drone or a 3 base drone?
I would probably take the 3rd base after you get like a decent amount of drones at the natural. Because right now you're still like having plenty of larva to spend all of it.
Not as quick as it was last time.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It's a little bit safer like this, at least. Because you're gonna get like a massive advantage if you have the extra drones going right now. Okay, so right now you hit a supply block. This is a good time to go for a third. So just sort of play around about what's going on. Like, it's not a super strict build order. I don't really like follow a build in ZVP and would really advise you to do it. It's just like adjust to what's happening. Alright, so I want to go for a lair event right now as well. And get like an Evo chamber going and a roach one. So yeah, just sort of like get these buildings grouped up instead of like following a super strict build, if that makes sense. Now, Zergling speed is just about to finish. It's always a good timing to make a group of Zerglings right now. There we go. So just get those running across the map. Now, whenever you're not sure about what's going on, right, and you may not be completely aware about what the fuck is going on right now, you may want to fly in an Overlord. If you don't see him taking a third anytime soon and whatnot, it's kind of scary. Okay, so a bunch of gateways. Okay. But just keep droning up in the meantime. Do want to get that upgrade going, obviously. And a couple Overlords again. Very good. Alright, so see if you can find something with that first Overlord. That's mining in his, or flying in his base. Alright, so what do we see?
I see he's going... he's going Storm.
It doesn't have to be.
He had a chrono on it.
Yeah. Well, that's the Twilight Councils, not the Templar Archives.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, most of the time when you see this, I can just tell you it's gonna be, likely gonna be something like Quick Blink Stalkers. And that's also just a habit, no worries. It just happens sometimes.
It's gonna be, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Likely gonna be Blink Stalker. So you're gonna need, like, roach speed for sure. And I would be very careful droning any more than this. I would likely go for, like, a big roach Zergling army. We can actually pause the game for a second. That'd be pretty good.
Okay.
Alright,
so... Let me say something to him.
Yeah. So you fly in the Overlord, right? It's the same as we saw in Zerg vs Terran, where you basically need to do this 100 times over before you can immediately see what the fuck is going on. Mm-hmm. Next time you'll probably see something similar like this. You'll be immediately like, hey, that's likely going to be Blink Stalker. Couple of the things you could see, right?
I thought Blink came from the Cybernetics core.
No, man. It comes from that thing right there.
Oh, dude, I'm not a Protoss player. That's what's going on. Did it used to come from the Cybernetics core?
I don't think it ever did. I don't know.
Okay,
I don't think so.
Alright, then I'm just stop talking.
Yeah, so Cybernetics core goes for warp gates. If you see the chrono boost on that, you will see that the warp gates are going to be done much sooner than they usually will be. But if you see something like this, there's a chance he was going to go for like a massive... like either you can get charge and you can get blink out of the thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just something to do. More often than not, though, you can assume it's gonna be blink. Charge sucks versus Zerg, to be honest. Like you can just micro your roaches back behind a mineral line or something, and the charge doesn't do anything. So yeah, most situations it is gonna be blink right now. Now, another thing you could have seen obviously would be like a chrono boost on a forge or something like that, or you could have seen a chrono boost on a robotics facility or on a Stargate or something, and all of that would like require different responses, and the first times it's going to be difficult to figure out what you should be responding with. But yeah, in this situation, like you're going to be great with either Hydra Ling or Roach Ling or anything that really has Zerglings, because they're going to be good against Stalkers.
Okay.
So generally speaking, if you're up against something like this, right, and you want to try and beat it, the one important thing to keep in mind is that you're going to need a bigger economy than him. The reason for that is because if you have 3 base economy and he has 2 base economy, you're just simply going to outproduce him over time. Like the longer the game goes on, the more stuff you'll have.
Yeah.
So to give you an example right now, you're at 40 or 54 Harvesters versus 35.
So I'm 20 ahead.
Yeah, you're in a great position right now. If you make non-stop army right now off of this amount of workers, you're gonna obviously get like, I don't know, like 30% more army or something like that. So the only thing you really have to worry for right now is that if he goes for a all-in, you just make non-stop army because you know you'll be able to make more stuff than him anyway. And if he goes for a third base, you're gonna make non-stop army anyway, just to like counter that third base.
Okay.
But like, do you understand the thought process behind it? Like,
Yeah, I'm ahead of him on economy. I need to be ahead of him on army, and I need to shut down him going for a third base no matter what.
yeah, or counter him going for a 2-base only.
Okay, and if he was chrono boosting a Stargate right now, I would throw down a couple spores and get my Hydrogen working very fast. Yeah?
Yeah, exactly. And
if,
like in that scenario, when you see the Stargate, you probably want to make a couple more drones and like get a couple more gas geysers going with that, because you're free to. Like if you see a Stargate chrono boost right now, you know there's not going to be much of a ground army.
Okay, what about a robotics facility?
Robotics facility is the trickiest one, I suppose. Yeah, either Roach Hydra or Roach Ling or Hydra Ling. There's no go-to answer really, but it's once again like the bigger economy that is really important.
Okay.
Yeah, so just to give you an example, right? It's really important to understand that like you have the 30% extra income. So the longer the game goes on, if you manage to buy more time, eventually you will have a bigger army no matter what.
I guess my natural response to this right now is to just keep hitting Queen Injects and try to max out on Roach.
Yeah. And if it turns out he doesn't do anything, you should be able to just simply overwhelm him with the +1 attack and the Roach upgrade. So that's the thought process behind it, which then once again goes back to like the timing attack we talked about last time. But a little bit more intelligently than just doing it like, you know, closing my eyes, trying to get a big Roach ball out.
Yeah. Okay.
There's no information overload yet, like
no,
a little
man.
bit.
I feel alright. I just need to remember in this situation that you said that Lings are going to be useful, so whatever's going to go with Lings, either Lings or Lings and Roach or Lings and Hydra. The reason that I don't say go Hydra right now is because if I did that, I'm going to need to drop down 2 more extractors on my third and then drop down a Hydra Den and then wait for that to pump out, and I should just be pumping Roaches right now, I feel.
Yeah, exactly. It's really expensive. So you would maybe have that option if you see him go for a third base. You could go for that, but you know, Roach Ling is you can't really go wrong. it's always going to be powerful. Just make sure you make the Roaches first and then the Zerglings when you run out of gas, because you're a little bit high on gas right now. So yeah, then once you run out of like gas to spend, you can just go for Zerglings instead.
Okay.
All right. Well, Natural High knows exactly what the fuck's happening. We'll see what... There's no way he's not listening to this.
Yeah, sure.
We'll see what happens.
Alright, let's do it. I got queens running around somewhere. Oh, please don't do that.
Okay, want to make a couple overlords? Get those roaches. So, you're looking at the minimap while you're doing this, or no?
No, not at all. I'm trying to get these roaches going. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get these queens back. He started a third, so we said that what I can do is go for the more expensive damage dealing units.
Exactly. But still go for the timing though. Like still go for the roach Zergling stuff. So still make a bunch of roaches here, yeah. And then while you're moving out across the map, it's maybe a good idea to like make a couple of drones again. All right.
I wonder if it'll annoy him if I do this.
Yeah, draw them out. Like exactly. Like try and be annoying. If he can waste force fields, that would be beautiful, right? Like if he wastes force fields, we're gonna be happy.
Oh. Surprise.
Well, you should be able to hold that. Just go. You can hold that.
With these roaches?
Well, I don't know where the... Oh, you have a big group of army at the middle of the map. Just get everything.
Oh, dude, I didn't even see that. Yep, I could hold that.
Alright. Well, you can still hold that fight, or hold that army, but it's unfortunate right now. And home port. Oh, not yet. Okay. Well, at this point, we're gonna obviously be in a bit of a deficit. I would probably try and chase him home, and then start, like, double expanding or something like that, just to, you know, get that economy back up. So, I would probably try and take a third and a fourth base right now. Just take that base and the fourth in the top right. And try and do some damage with it. If you can cancel the third base right now of him, that will be huge. I think you will be able to. Gotta keep in mind, like, he doesn't have Stargate or robotics or anything to follow this up. And he won't have the energy for, like, Photon Overcharge in the main and the natural. Or the third and the natural, so... Oh, he wasted a blink. Let's go. Very good. Okay, and attack move. Very good. Okay, I will probably follow this up with more drones. Or roaches when it works as well.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. So I think it would have been better if you would have attacked towards the natural instead and like fought where the Photon Overcharge wasn't happening. Because he will be able to eventually hold this. And otherwise it would have been a little bit easier, I suppose, but... I would definitely take out those proxy pylons. I only just now noticed them on the minimap as well. You see them at the fourth base? There we go. And just drone up. Just start droning again. We're very low on drones right now. Exactly. Okay, get the Hydro upgrades as well. Let's get the money down. Ooh. That's a big loss. Okay, just take the fourth base then on the other side. Or like somewhere where you can take it. Because you're gonna fall behind in economy. Like that's exactly the income thing we were talking about, right? Okay. Very good. So try and salvage what we have.
No.
So we're missing like a lot of army. Oh, actually, that's our overlords. Oh wow, I thought it was a group of army there. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, maybe they don't need to hang out there.
So you may want to consider going up to a hive soon as well. Make sure you get the gases going in that scenario. And I think we're pretty much done droning, so that's good. I do want to saturate the gas there as well, in the natural, or in the main, sorry. Yeah, so we're gonna be behind, right? But, like, this is a good follow-up. Okay, definitely do want to get those upgrades, yep. And start adding on some Hydras as well. Very nice. And a big group of Hydras would work well here. We're a little bit late on the hive, I suppose, but... Okay. Let's get it going.
Ooh. That's not where you want to get supply bomb.
Okay. So usually you use the fourth base in Zerg versus Protoss mainly for the gas. So I would just get it going there. And I really like that Overlord, by the way, on the bottom left. The one thing I would like to see, though, is definitely like something in the middle side of the map as well, to see if he's moving. Okay. And then get that army down, or that money down. Big round of Hydras. Very good. Now, if you can, I don't know if you have any Zerglings left, but I would really like to see at least like a couple of units running around, just to figure out what his army is all about. I do like the blind Viper follow-up though. That's very good. And we're kind of missing some vision in the middle side of the map. He could be taking a fourth over there. Okay, very nice. So see if you can find his army, see what it contains, or like what it's all about. Well, there we go. What is it?
Fossi.
All right, let's get back. Good. Want to get a couple of Vipers? And just set up concave, by the way. Set up the concave at the top of that ramp at your third.
Oh,
Oh, macro too good. Set up the concave at like the top of the fourth, I suppose it is.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, unless he's going for your third, that's fine by us. Okay. Can make another Viper. Oh no, we can't actually. You may want to kill one of your own roach. Okay. There we go. Just start a couple of them. They're gonna be real important here.
Oh, what? You got an Overlord at like the worst timing ever.
Oh, that sucks. Alright, Queen eject. One hero drone there. Now let's get that energy going on the Vipers. Viper. So you're buying a lot of time. That's good. And you got a lot of excess larva as well. Just make sure we have enough of it, so you can like reinforce this army when it goes down. Got a massive bank, so that's good. Alright. So get the drones from the main base, at least a couple of them, over towards... Yeah, your fourth, because that one's just chilling over there for no reason. Cool. And get this energy on the Vipers again. I don't know if you already did, but I don't think we did. Yeah, the Vipers are super important right now, though. We definitely need them. Oh yeah, there we go. I don't know if he's going to move in anytime soon, but if he would, we'd be fucked. Do you usually get them on a separate hotkey, by the way?
Yeah, they're on 2 right now.
Alright, yeah, there's a lot of army on 2, though. I would have, like, a specific...
There is a lot of army on 2.
That's why I was wondering, but there we go. Alright, good. Alright, and if he's not moving, I would start moving towards him soon. Oh, well, there we go. Get the Vipers real quick. And set up the concave. Oh! Okay, nice.
I got this all messed up because my Hydras are not in front of... my Roaches are not... Come on, double click on a Roach.
Alright.
Thank you for giving me time, friend.
Yeah.
He's a very nice player.
And bring the Vipers, though. I don't know if the Vipers are here. I don't see him.
They should be following a Queen. Oh.
Yeah, just use the hotkey. It's safer.
I mean, following a Hydra. I think he's gonna go around.
Oh, that's fine. We can take... Oh, that's very nice of him. Alright. So, this is gonna be kind of an interesting fight now. But just keep an eye out on the Vipers. Abduct, abduct. Ooh. You can abduct beautifully here.
I'm pressing it. Apparently not. No! What is going on?
Why are you not being abducted? Huh?
Oh, because I'm pressing Z, because I'm stupid.
Did you press the other button? Oh man, that sucks.
Let me promise you that I've abducted plenty of Colossi in my time. Some people call me the Colossi abductor.
I feel your pain, man.
Oh my god.
Oh well, it's the theory, I suppose, that counts, which is fine. All right. Yeah, so right now it's gonna be a really tough one to hold.
I don't think we're gonna win. Do you just want to back out?
Yeah, we can just GG out of it and just jump into a new one.
Okay.
But hey, at least we made some good progress here. Even though we didn't win, we are playing better, so that's what we're looking for.
Why would you say that we're playing better from the game that we won?
Main reason is because you scouted a lot better and you like figured out a lot better what was going on. Like the decisions you made, at least like I hope so, were more calculated, I suppose.
Yeah.
So like not over droning, not deciding to go for the Hydras too early, pushing out at like the correct timings and all that.
Okay.
Yeah. If you feel otherwise though, like let me know, because then we can try and go over it.
No, I understand. It's obviously easy when you're like, hey, stop droning. But hopefully these are things that I'll pick up, on my own, of course, after we've talked about it. Definitely. And I feel like I probably would have won that game if I wasn't clicking Z instead of...
That happens, it's fine.
I'm like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Like,
I saw you looking at the Vipers, and you moved your camera over to watch the middle of the Vipers. You're literally looking at them right away. It's like, come on, guys, come on, just fucking abduct already, and it didn't do it.
yeah. I'm like, what? That's so silly.
It's okay though. We can try and play against someone else. Voyager, if you want to join us, you're welcome to. He's a Gold League Protoss, he says. Feel free to join group LowkoTV on NA. So we're on North America right now. But yeah, try and especially like keep that economy thing in mind, okay? So if you get a bigger economy, you'll eventually be getting more army.
Yep. How did he take out my third base in that game?
Sorry?
Oh, my army was sitting in the middle of the map when he took out my third. Is that where I want that to be? I should have had it back at my base, I guess.
Yeah, the army was moving out a little bit early. The main way to scout that would be like an Overlord positioning. Just like, you know, have an Overlord sitting around to see if he's moving that way.
Like we discussed when you said the other Overlords that you have, and you clicked a lot of places on the map that I could have had them there, and I just don't do that.
Yeah, it's a tricky one though. Like that's not a proper answer to it. The main reason was that half of the army was not in a hotkey. So yeah, there was only a couple of roaches moving home, and they were there at the natural, right? You saw that, like the small group of roaches. I don't know if you remember. There were like 6 roaches or something. The rest was like in the middle of the map.
Home, and then there were other roaches in the middle of the map. Yeah, I didn't have them all together.
Yeah, but that's just a matter of tightening up a couple things, but that's fine.
Do you feel like my queen injects are horribly off?
I don't think so. Nothing in particular. You had well, obviously they could have been a little bit better, but there's nothing, you know, nothing too massive or too major.
Okay.
What note-taking program is that? That is Evernote. Although I made it transparent on screen, on the stream only. It's not actually transparent. Alright. Same map? Or do you want to try another one?
Whatever you want.
Oh, let's go the Echo. We can do that. Yeah, guys, thanks for everyone messaging me, okay? I don't, like, mean to not answer you on purpose. It's just there's a lot of people messaging me. Alright. Okay, I'm giving your opponent secret strategy advice.
Okay.
Alright. I don't know exactly what he's going for. Oh, I'm sorry, Life. Well, Life, you're a diamond Protoss, man. Like, you're a diamond Zerg player. No, you actually... Wait. You're a master level Zerg player, man. There's no way you would be able to be Gold League Protoss. Like, Protoss is not that hard. Alright. Yeah, the thing is, like, if you're good with one race, it's really easy to pick up the other ones as well. Okay, I know what he's going for. Let's pretend we don't.
I don't know what he's going for.
Protoss is not that hard. Well, it's the same. If you're really good with Protoss, you will be able to be really good with Zerg as well, okay? Like, apparently StarCraft Life, or, well, KT Life is Grandmaster with every race in on the ladder right now in Korea. Even though he mains Zerg, I mean... It does help though, like you mentioned with the blink thing. It does help if you play some of the other races as well to figure out what the fuck is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you just don't enjoy it or whatever, but
No, I guess I'm the kind of person that's like, okay, well, let's try to get one thing done well before we move on to the next thing.
yeah. All right. I'm not talking down on Protoss though for people in the chat. I'm just saying if you know one race is
people in the
easier.
chat, I am talking down on Protoss. Um, I hate your DTs. I hate your Colossus. I hate your 8-minute, 30-second, what seems like a billion stalkers in my base. I just don't like it.
Oh man. Your buddy is pointing out that you need to inject like the Dickens for the victory, whatever the fuck that means.
That sounds exactly like him. Like the Dickens.
I've never even heard about that, man. It's like Charles Dickens or like...
That's Doug, man. He should have been a comedian. He just comes up with such good stuff. Like the Dickens.
I haven't denied you on that, Darren. You're just a Master League Zerg player, man. There's no way you would only be gold with Protoss. I can't believe it. You'll probably be Masters in like 2 days. Okay, maybe a little bit more of it. I don't know if you ever tried playing any Protoss or Terran at all. But like Terran versus Zerg would be pretty easy for you to play. You would just like go triple like factory blue flame Halion or some shit like that. Like, oh, are we lagging? Is it just me that's lagging?
No, I lag as well.
Oh, okay.
It took him a while to load up the map, so maybe he's having some difficulties.
Mm. We'll see.
My Vietnam connection is actually quite strong.
Do you actually have good internet over there, or?
I paid to get the best internet available. But yeah, my upload speed is ridiculous. It's better than probably most upload speeds anywhere in the world.
Cool.
I don't know why.
How much do you have? Do you know? Or?
I did. I checked it.
It doesn't really matter. Maybe you just knew.
I want to say it was like 55, which I think
solid.
other people are normally like a lot less.
It's definitely in the US. People get fucked in the US. That's good though. Oh, we're gonna bring a hit squad. Alright, just go for the Overlord next. Unless he's giving you the natural, I suppose. Well, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, this is the dance. Just attack a couple times. Kill a probe in the process. Now it's all worth it for you. You wasted a lot more than you did right there. Alright. Okay. Sorry, I almost said Overlord. Want to get the Queen and a Zergling. Very good. Oh shit, what's happening? That's a quick ass Nexus. Alright. So you remember the plan?
Yes, he is going for a fast Nexus here, so I'm going to go for Lings right away. Right now I'm going to build an extractor.
Oh shit. Yeah, at least you can go for a quicker expansion and then drone up hard. Because like we discussed, right? He's not gonna have any units really until like 8 minutes, except for maybe a Phoenix or two. But...
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I got that backwards.
Yeah, no, that's fine. He needs to PP. No, I don't know. He said PP.
Yeah.
We'll wait, Voyager.
This is a shame.
Yeah. Maybe we do need to restart. Oh man, we've already been in a call for that long? Jeez.
How long's our session been going?
An hour and 40 apparently.
Wow.
Oh, we're committed to another game. No, Voyager, don't! Alright, this will be the last game then.
Alright.
Oh, well, let's hope he's here. Lowko, what's your language? Don't say PP. Wow.
Oh man, you had the chat in an uproar. I think it was yesterday when you were talking about the people that you hang out with, like influence you, and people were like, "No, if I hung out with Einstein," just such stupid stuff. No, if I hang out with Einstein, they're just like, "What are you talking about, man?"
I know. It happens sometimes, but it's good because there's all kinds of different opinions.
Yeah,
We have discussed every political subject multiple times in the chat.
Huh.
Because there's like a lot of different people from different countries and stuff. It's interesting to hear different opinions. For example, what we discussed in depth is this weird thing you apparently do in the US where you say the what is it? Like the declaration or whatever, and you have to like put a hand on your heart and stand up and then have like 2 minutes of silence in primary school or something silly like that. Do you know what I'm talking about or no?
Yeah, it's the what's it called? At the beginning of class, it's the we don't read the Declaration of Independence.
No, whatever. Like it's the same thing. Like
I forget what it's called.
but we discussed that. I was like, wait, you guys are joking, right? Like that's actually a thing. That sounds so weird to me. And then people quote patriotism. Oh, it's the pledge. The Pledge of Allegiance. There we go.
The Pledge of Allegiance. Yeah, bingo.
Dude, I don't... Oh, man. We discussed that in depth. As a European, as like an outsider, that sounded as like the weirdest cultist thing I've heard in a while from Americans, man. Like, it's a very interesting thing.
Here in every classroom, they have a picture of Ho Chi Minh.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
And the thing about it is, like, Ho Chi Minh is this propaganda thing that they've like created. They've definitely falsified the facts and done a lot so that people like really cling on to that. It's really interesting what's going on here politically. I hope for change, and I get excited about change, even in a country that I'm not technically from. But I know it's going to be just exactly how it is in America, just disappointing. So
I don't know. I don't know if this guy's coming back, by the way. But yeah,
type in the chat right now. Gosh damn it, that was my one chance to play on Loco's streamcast. My internet is fine now. Do we want to invite him back, or?
Where is he? He's still in the party. Oh.
I'm on LowkoTV.
Oh, there we go. All right, I'll just remove him from party and re-invite him. Yeah, but it's cool. That's one of the nice things about live streaming. A lot of I can't send him a message. Hey, I can't invite you for some reason. But it's the cool thing about live streaming. A lot of live streamers like sort of try and not talk about any of these kind of things, like religious topics and political things and stuff, because people get upset. But I'm trying to at least get some more insight. I can't invite him. I don't know. I can't invite you. It's grayed out. I can message him, but I can't invite him. Interesting. Alright. I'll ask if he can restart, but yeah. Double click Lowko on his name. How? I just did. You can double click? I didn't even realize that. Alright. Alright, he's relogging. Cool. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice to hear different opinions. It's just that sometimes people get really upset, like yesterday.
They did. They really did. But it's I'm sure it's fun for you.
Well, it's cool for me to hear different opinions.
Do you feel that you're holding punches in some situations?
I sometimes feel like some things are really weird. I did not know about that whole pledge situation thing, okay? That sounded like the weirdest thing to me. I thought people were joking with me. But that you actually say a pledge like every single day you go to school, like primary and like high school, whatever.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, something something something. I don't remember the rest of it. But yeah, every day.
It's so strange, and that apparently every classroom has to like have a flag in it as well. Apparently, it's like very interesting to me.
We do that. We do that at sporting events too.
Oh man.
No, we'll always sing the national anthem. I'm sorry, not Pledge of Allegiance, but there's a lot of that. I didn't really realize it until I moved to like a communist country where propaganda is so obvious here, and it's not even done in like a slick way. Of how much propaganda I've been fed my entire life in America.
Well, I said propaganda yesterday, and people got very upset at that. With liberty and justice for all. There we go.
Yeah, there. America, you are being fed propaganda. I don't. You are every day. You just don't see it.
This is Frederick talking, guys, not me. I said the same thing yesterday. People got very
I'll tell you, I'm living in a communist country. I see blatant propaganda, and it's really opened my eyes to the actual propaganda that we're fed every day. Just like this thing that Loko's bringing up with the Pledge of Allegiance. I mean, why do you think that we do that?
It's called patriotism, apparently. That's what I learned. But it sounded the same thing as nationalism. But
It is. Hitler would be proud.
No.
Oh man,
that is a completely different situation again, man.
No, it's what did Hitler do to Germany? He got them very, very excited. Nationalism. I'm so proud to be German. And then you saw what happened. Now people are gonna be like, well, if you don't like that, then just leave. I did. Boom.
So you go to a communist country.
I did, and it's better. How about that? We see the propaganda for what it is.
All right.
Oh man, I can't see the chat, but I hope it's in the I hope I have fellow Americans who are just really angry right now.
No, the fellow Americans are actually not like upset at all.
Oh. It's the Canadians? That doesn't make any sense.
Canadians wouldn't hurt a fly, guys. Everyone knows that.
Unless you were on ice.
Yeah.
Then they'll knock you the hell out.
People are asking where you're from.
I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I lived in New York and Chicago as well, though. And now I live in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, also known as Saigon.
Well, there you go.
The pledge isn't that bad, man.
No one is actually required to recite the pledge, but is encouraged. It's interesting. As like a complete outsider and like someone who's never had anything like that in school or anything, you know, that's even remotely close to it. It's really weird to me that you have to say a pledge every single day you go to school and then like awkwardly be quiet for like 2 minutes. That's really strange to me, but I mean, every American that I asked this to seems to think it's cool. So it's like, all right. They're too cool to say it. Alright. Alright, ready? Let's see if we can play this. But hey, it's cool. Like, different cultures and different places where people are from.
Yeah. I think you almost, maybe you didn't hear my question earlier, but do you feel like you hold back some of your punches for the live stream, like things that you really feel like you want to say, you just don't, you're not going to go there, you'd rather play it a little PC?
Yes, sometimes I would like to call people out on their bullshit more, but I will just hold back and be like, nope, alright, I'll just ignore it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah, but that's obvious though, because there's a lot of people watching, and I have my opinions as well. People, you know, I don't want to upset anyone, so you know. There's probably really stupid stuff we do in the Netherlands as well that we don't realize. And
yeah, surely in every country, but I mean.
But that's the difference between like Twitch chat and like being a live streamer, I suppose. Because Twitch chat will call me out on my bullshit, but I can't say much back in a lot of scenarios, you know. Loko's from the Netherlands. Is he friends with Rotterdam? The Netherlands has a lot of people in here, guys. Like, it's a tiny-ass country. But I do know Rotterdam, yes.
The Netherlands, you guys are famous for, like, tulips, wooden shoes, and ecstasy. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's pretty much... That sums it up quite well. Pretty much, yeah.
You guys are below the sea level, right? So you guys are constantly pumping your country out of the ocean?
Yeah, well, apparently if one of the dikes would break, we would, well, apparently I would be, like, barely alive. But the entire, like, village that I live in, or, like, city, or whatever you want to call it, would probably be on top of this little hill.
Oh, wow.
Apparently, the average Netherlands or something is, like, -6 underwater, so pretty much everyone would drown.
Jeez.
What a waste to summarize a country. Well, it's pretty close. Have I ever seen Van Persie or Robin? Yes, I have.
Oh, that was dangerous. That was stupid.
Yep.
Sometimes I get them.
Oh, New Orleans is under, Orleans? Orleans? I don't know. It's like under sea level as well.
New Orleans.
Oh, man.
So if I know that he's doing something stupid over there, should I go early?
Yeah, just go.
And
Yeah, I would usually send it around 200 minerals-ish. You don't even need to bring a second drone, to be honest, but... Yeah. Well, if you're here anyway... Oh, hey, look at that.
Ah, I couldn't pop it off.
Oh, just a tech move with it, yeah. Oh, well, there you go. And then the Overlord.
Oh.
A set of Zerglings. And then you're using this set of Zerglings that you're gonna make, mainly for, like, scouting out that probe guy.
Okay.
Alright, so early Nexus once again, right?
Yep.
So we can go for a quick third. Just drone up non-stop, and with like this set of Zerglings, you probably want to send that one to the third base, yeah. So you can sort of like shoo away the drone, or the probe that could be over there. Alright. Hey. That would have actually been kind of tricky. Well done. Alright, Queen. And I'll walk that guy to the natural. Cool. Alright, so these Zerglings, I would probably put them close to his base. So you can figure out if something's moving. Okay, I do want to make an Overlord next.
Oh, thank you.
It sucks being supply block.
Is double extractor a bad move at this point?
I think they're a little bit too early, yes. But, yeah. Usually you would wait until like 6-ish minutes with this, but it's fine. We are definitely low on workers though. We could have had like a lot more supply here. Oh, one of the hatcheries is not hotkey, that's why.
Oh, that's what's really going on.
Okay, just re-rally to the natural and make a big round of workers here. We can make a lot.
Which one is not hotkey?
There we go. And at the third base as well. Yeah, so we lost quite a bunch of mining time from that. Okay, all good. Hotkey the third one. Now notice we don't really have very much scouting going on at this point, so I would probably fly in one of the Overlords, maybe the one in the natural even, just to try and figure out what the fuck is up. Because I'd be a little bit worried now. Still keep droning up though, keep making Overlords, exactly. If you can run Zerglings in, that would be beautiful. No, not gonna happen. Okay, Queen Inject. And you can go for the lair as well.
This is the lair before speed situation.
Yes. Still want to go for the Evo Chamber and the Roach Warren as well.
I don't really see anything.
Alright, just keep droning then. Just keep droning if you're not sure. We need that bigger economy. But always try and get in the habit of like Evo Chamber, Roach Warren when you put down the lair.
Okay. No, stay back.
Okay. We see anything yet with the Overlord?
Oh, Stargate.
Alright.
Boom.
So try and respond.
You said when the Stargate comes out... Oh, and there's a robotics facility.
Okay, very well
When the
spotted.
Stargate comes out, I can drone up because he's not going to have a strong army, ground army.
Yeah, exactly. So do make sure you get a couple of spores though, because you don't want to lose like a fuck ton of 2 per base is like the most I would go for. At least 1. There we go. And start mining the gases. So you can make a big round of drones here as well. Like you don't need to worry about that because you could see he had a couple of gateways, which is alright, but he also was following it up with a robotics, so he's not gonna have very much of anything. He's likely gonna try and get the 3rd base going soon.
Would you say that what he is doing right now is he wants to hunt my
get the Hydra then, by the way, in the meantime. Yeah, sorry.
I'm sorry, he wants to hunt my overlords while he builds Colossi?
Yeah, that would be a great way for him to play right now. Yeah, exactly. So I would just drone up until how many drones you want, which should be a couple more. And do make a support crawler as well at this base. There we go. But he's likely gonna try and take 3rd. So try and poke in with that Overlord. You have an Overlord hanging right there. See if he takes it.
Takes the 3rd.
Yep. Alright, and make sure you get the Hydra upgrades going. There we go. Alright, so you can do a beautiful +1/+1 Hydra speed time, or a Hydra range timing here. So just get a big group of Hydra going. Just make Hydras and a lot of Zerglings. Did we get Zergling speed, by the way? I forgot. I don't know if we did.
I did not.
Alright, just definitely make it. Zergling speed takes forever.
It does.
Alright, so we can do a really good timing attack right now. You might even want to add on a couple of roaches later on as well. I'll make like a couple more Hydras though.
I'm supply box.
No, it's fine. This is alright time.
I really have this problem where my queens want to run around.
Well, I'll just get 1 back in the main. Okay. Can make a couple more Overlords, I suppose. But just know that we're gonna try and go over to his side of the map and try and kill that 3rd base, okay? That's gonna be our goal. So, yeah, we definitely want to start moving, I guess, once these 10 Hydras spawn, but keep making army. And then reinforce with mostly Roach Zergling, something like that. Okay, very good. Attack move. Ooh, nice. Okay. And then, yeah, once these big group of Hydras spawn, you can start moving. So, notice we have the Overlords in a very risky position.
Yeah.
Well, this all worked well, I suppose. Alright, let's get going. Let's get going.
I feel like he's probably going to have this blocked off, but I guess there's only one way to know.
Yeah. So, it's the same idea as on Coda. You want to try and force the photon overcharge at one place and then attack at the other.
Okay. Force the photon overcharge down here.
Yep. Try and make that happen. Alright. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, well, run out if you can.
Well, that's
alright. Alright,
so
we can still
go into that?
Yes, you can still definitely move into that. Do make sure you follow up with more army though, because we're a little bit high here. Yeah, okay, cool. Just get moving. So yeah, try and snipe it down. There we go. Very good. Well, that was easy. Alright, so just go for the natural right now if you can. Like, there's no reason to fight here. Don't fight up a ramp if you don't have to. Okay. Queen ejects. Okay, and back to the army. I would be a little bit worried here, yeah, for these kind of things. Well, there you go. Yeah, so a lot of armies actually chilling. Okay. Yeah, that would have actually been a game-winning moment, I think. But yeah, you can try and keep on going. Do go for a fort base. Very good thinking. And maybe start tacking up towards the hive as well.
Since all of his army's over there, should I go for this base, I guess?
Yep. Good thinking. Unless he throws up. Yeah, just go down. Just go down right now. There we go. The concave situation we talked about. Okay, so once again, the concave. Boom. Nice. Okay, this attack move, this attack move. Woo. Oh, that's so risky. Alright. I would probably have added a couple more roaches into this fight instead, because they're safer all around, but... Hey, we can snipe a Nexus here, that's nice. Okay. Well, Hydra damage is so sweet.
Yeah.
Okay. I would probably make a macro hedge as well, if I were you. But this is pretty much gonna be game over, I think. And get the hive going. That's sort of like the nail in the coffin, right? Like, let's say he does manage to survive, which is very unlikely. You at least have like a follow-up plan. Nice. Well played.
Excellent.
Yeah, so good.
Anything we should take away from that?
Yeah, I think just a matter of playing it a lot and being a little bit more comfortable with the whole Queen Inject while fighting situation, but...
I definitely spend too much time focusing down there, that's for sure. And it seems like I'm still willing to take bad engagements, like with that Colossus. I chased that Colossus too far, and you knew I shouldn't have done that. I should just have attack moved.
I think you learned that from dying it to it a bunch of times, and slapping yourself in the face, and then be like, okay, no, not gonna do that again.
Not again. Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary when they like force field behind or something like that, you know.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? I think we're definitely over our time. I'm sure.
Yeah, we've been over 2 hours, but that's okay. I feel like we're making good progress, so it's all fine. Yeah, cool. If you have any more questions, let me know.
All right, definitely.
And I don't know, that's gonna be pretty much it, I suppose. Are you okay, by the way, if I upload this to YouTube?
Yep, I think that's totally fine.
Cool. Yeah, I haven't actually done any coaching recently on like engagements and stuff, and that's really what we mainly focused on, I suppose.
Yeah, I like to be able to go back and look at the things that we talked about. It helps me remember, and with it being on YouTube, that's great.
All right, cool. Thank you very much, man.
And then I can show my mom. I'm like, hey, mom, look, I'm on YouTube.
Mom, I'm still here. I swear. Like.
All right.
All right, man. Let me know how it goes, okay?
No problem. Talk to you later, Loco.
Okay. Talk
Bye,
to you later.
chat.
Bye.